Hi, everyone. Welcome to our meditation and mindfulness session today. We are focusing on lymphatic drainage. This is a self-massage, self-care technique. There are a lot of other different types of lymphatic massage out there, but this one is incredibly awesome because you can do this yourself and it is not invasive in any way. So just a few tips before we get started, a few friendly reminders. The touch is fairly light. If we push too hard, we're going to bypass some of the sensory mechanisms in the cells that help to open and close the flaps that move the lymphatic fluid through the different chambers. So if we press too hard, it's going to be more like a deep tissue or a muscle massage, not a lymphatic massage. The type of touch that's recommended is it would be just enough pressure onto the body. Let's say if you were to touch the foot of a sleeping baby, you would be able to push your two fingers down along the sole of the foot of a sleeping infant, and you don't want them to wake up. So the pressure is just very light on the body. For each step in the lymphatic drainage technique, we're going to go through that body part 3 times. Each specific acupressure point begins with pressure or holding for about 3 seconds or 3 counts. And then as we go through the specific movements, we're going to move with a count of 3, 2, 1. So it'll be a 3 count hold, and then we're going to be moving in the direction of the lymphatic drainage for about 3 counts as well. So to get started with this, you may want to pull your hair back. And if you have on a large jacket or a sweater, just try to get as much access close to your skin as possible. Let's start with working with the clavicle region. So we're going to start feeling for maybe the smaller indentation up above your shoulder joints. There's a small indentation here above the clavicle itself. So the clavicle is this bone right here, these bones that are right here. And if you go up, this is called the superior edge of the clavicle. You go up and you'll find that there's an indentation here above the clavicle moving into the actual shoulder joint. We're starting right there, taking your peace fingers, pressing into those small indented portions. Let's hold it there. 1, 2, 3. Now start to drag along the top part of your clavicle region in towards the middle of the chest or the top of the sternum. That's our first self-massage. Let's take it back to that point of origin, up here into that small indentation. Press. 3, 2, 1. Now drag in. 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Press. 1, 2, 3, drag it in nice and slow along that top edge where there is a soft indentation. Another pressing. 1, 2, 3, and now drag it in. Just pressing softly, dragging along the skin along that superior edge. From here, we're going to take the whole hand and spread your fingers out and pull it over your shoulders. This is called the back chain or the back lymphatic chain. We're holding on to the top of the trapezius muscles here. So spread the fingers out and you're just going to press gently. 3, 2, 1. And now try to come in down and then curve it in to the center of the chest. So it's going to go directly over the heart. Bringing our hands up again, we're pressing. 1, 2, 3, and now drag it down. 1, 2, to the center. 3. One more time. Gentle press into the traps. And now drag it down. 1, 2, 3. Good. The next one is called the neck hug. We're going to place our peace fingers just below the ears with the hands crossed. And when it's below the ears, for me, it's almost this indentation, this soft point Whenever you go to the doctor and they try to check your tonsils or check for swelling here, if you don't have your tonsils, it's not so much they're checking just the tonsils, it is the lymph nodes in this soft area. So you can feel it kind of below the lobe of your ear. There's a soft indentation in the jaw right here. This is going to be the area we're targeting. So we're crossing it over, and this will make it easier to get the correct angle with the massage, following the natural movement of the drainage of lymphatic fluid. So just press into that soft spot. 1, 2, 3, and now slowly come down towards that clavicle. 1, 2, 3, all the way past the throat to these bones right here. 2 more. Find that soft spot and press. 1, 2, 3, and now slowly drag it down, coming down the throat into the bone. 1 more time, pressing into that soft spot, and now drag it down. 1, 2, 3. Great. From here, we're going into what is called the spinal chain. For this one, we're going to take it onto the sides of the neck, the side right here. So we have our tendons and the sternocleidomastoid and all these different muscles in the neck that we're going to work around. Find sort of the soft indentation here from the middle of the throat out to the side. We're going to target this area here. Now for this one, you're going to use 4 fingers. So you're covering a bigger surface area here. For this one, slowly from here, you're going to take it down and you're going to come in again over the clavicle. All right, let's take it here to the side indentation, 4 fingers, holding it there, 3, 2, 1, and now slowly come down and pull it into the clavicle region. 1 more time, all 4 fingers in that little indentation along the ligaments and connecting tissues. Get a nice little press in that indentation, and now slowly bring it down and drag it into the clavicle. There you go. All right, the next one is called the water wheel. This one involves just 2 fingers, sometimes just 1 finger for this one, depending on your comfort level. So go behind your earlobes and you'll find another soft spot. So we have a soft spot under the earlobes, and then we have a soft spot behind the earlobe, directly behind your lobe, right there. So we're pressing either with 1 finger or 2 fingers. This is called the water wheel. For this one, we're only going to press down about 1 inch. Then we're going to hold it and release. So start with a press here. 1, 2, 3. Now pull down just 1 inch and then hold it. 1, 2, 3, release. Bring the fingers up into that soft point again. Water wheel, press into the indentation. And now pull down 1 inch and hold and release. 1 more time, finding that soft spot. Little press. And now pull down just 1 inch and hold again. And then release. Okay, so now that we've opened up these lymph nodes of the neck and the face, it's important for us to encourage free flow of the fluid to release those toxins from the body. We want that free flow to move towards that clavicle region. So we're going to repeat a few of these massages in the reverse order. Then next week, we're going to look at moving into some of the lower body regions, pressing into the gut. So let's start with our spinal chain. We're going to take the 4 fingers and find the striations along the sides of the neck, along those ligaments. Gentle press in. Now you could have your arms open like this if it feels better. Crisscross them as well. Sometimes this angle feels a little more comfortable. So from wherever you are with that, just a gentle press. 1, 2, 3, and now swipe it straight down towards the bones in the chest and into the center clavicle region. Back up with the fingers. Little press. And now pull it down, all the way down, nice and slow. Better to go a little slower than to go too fast with this. This is a slow moving and sludgy fluid in the body. One more time, 4 fingers, little press, and now pull it down, all the way down, drag the fingers like molasses across your skin, little press into the clavicle. All right, from there, go ahead and take the hands across, and we're gonna pull it down nice and slow, and then come to the center. This is our neck hug. Across with the fingers, take it down, and across. One more time, across with the fingers, bring it down. Nice and slow, gentle tug on the skin, not too much pressure. And then across. All right, for the next one, take it so that your hands are open and bring them on top your traps. So this is going to be that back chain, trapezius one. We're pressing gently into the upper back region and then come straight down, in and over the heart this time. Up with the hands. There's a little pause in between each massage. Little press. And now drag it down. 3, 2, 1. And release. One more time through that back chain. Take it down. 3, 2, 1. Over the heart. And then release. Now, finally, we're coming to the first massage. This is where it all started, working with the clavicle or the collarbone. So maybe just using the peace fingers and finding that tiny indentation. If you go above the clavicle bone into the shoulder joint, you'll find a little soft spot there. That is the spot that we want to press into with those peace fingers. So let's hold it there. 1, 2, 3, and then pull it in on top of the bone and into the chest. And this is one that can get challenging to target if you have on collars or sweaters and t-shirts. Little press, and now pull it in, going along the top of the bone. One more, finding that soft spot. And now pulling it along the top of the bone and pausing at the center. From here, just to encourage a little more return to that clavicle dump region for the fluid, take your hands up just higher than your heart. So the heart is actually kind of in the center of the chest over to the left a little bit. So we just want to get the wrist higher than the heart. We're going to open the hands really wide with this. And now close, open, close. Focus on the closing, or focus on making a fist, and do it just a little faster. So we have close, 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 creating quite literally a pumping action. This is going to help to move some of the muscles in the arms that go all the way from your arm up into this side rib and breast or chest region. So it is important for us to activate those muscles, because it is the movement of the muscles, those actual neurological connections that trigger the different sensory organs that will open the different flaps. And when those flaps open, it moves fluid through the lymphatic system. You think of the lymphatic system as like a soaker hose with different chambers. It almost looks like a piece of bamboo where you have different dividers inside of that soaker hose. So lymphatic fluid goes from chamber to chamber, and it also seeps out of the actual covering vessel itself, like a soaker hose. All right, just a few more. 3, 2, 1. And now just relax. Inhale big. Exhale from your jaw and throat. If you want, bow your chin just for a moment. Allow some of that drain to kind of move down from the chest in towards the thoracic ducts. Relax the back of your neck and your head. Focus on the breath at least for a minute, breathing down deep into your belly. Let the breath rise up only as high as it wants to go in your lungs, and then exhale from the throat again. Couple more like that, inhaling in through the nose as much as possible. Exhale from the throat. One more. From here, we can bring the hands together or over the chest in closing. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember to join me in our next session this Thursday, where we will continue with the lymphatic drainage in the upper body, clearing out the sinuses in the chest, and we'll move next week into the lower body region as well. You have a fantastic day. Namaste, everybody.